Yes, indeed, y'all. Yes, indeed. How y'all doing? This is the Love Show from UD Productions. I want to introduce these people right here. Yes, indeed. Okay, how you doing, sis? What's your name?
Latavia Roberson. Hello,
Right,
everybody.
what's your name, brother?
My name is Marlon. They call me Big Rock, Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Yes, indeed, y'all. We down here at McClevey Green, and we gonna talk about the George Floyd situation and what do this ladies and gentlemen right here think about as far as with the looting. So let's start the questions right now. Let's go. Okay, I want to ask you something now. What do you think about what's going on with the looting and the George Floyd situation itself, and what do you think about police officers? Throw that one in there.
All right. So the looting, let's go for that first. So the looting, I think, is pointless. Destroying, that's something that shouldn't even be occurred. Like, I feel like it's just pointless because it's not going to bring them back. Now with George, I think with the officers, they're actually wrong for that. He should never died like that. They could have did it like a whole different way. That the technique that they were supposed to use, as they would learn at in the police force. Further, as in with the police, I feel no difference about the police, even though they're supposed to protect and serve and make sure that we're comfortable and safe. Some, they're still good, and officers that are still here, they're still good ones versus, the crooked ones. Not all of them should be punished because of what they did as well. So I don't look at them any different. Some of them, not all of them though.
Do you think that they're here to help you or to hurt you? Look, y'all could keep it raw, because that's what this show is about.
I say basically for the young, African American young men or men in general, they are supposed to protect us, but it seems like, because we're African American, because our skin complexion, they, think, I don't know, I guess they feel intimidated by us as us being black, I guess, I don't know. But I just look at it as in, it's just wrong, but not all cops are like that.
What do you think about it, brother?
Well, you get a lot of. It's a shield thing, It's a color thing when it comes to the police.
You got so loud.
They stick up for each other. So a lot of black people don't stick up for each other. They try to bring everybody down and talk about each one, this one, and that one, and that one. But it's a lot of things. 400 years of oppression that we have. That we've been through. A lot of people don't get it. You gotta build yourself, get you businesses, help each other, do something for one another. Keep this, buy buildings, do real estate. Black people ain't trying to really one with one another. Look at the Puerto Ricans, they stay together. Look at the white people, they stay together. The Chinese people, they stay together. Everybody stay together. Right. So everybody need to just come together as one. I mean, I understand the protesters, but the looting, it ain't gonna get you nowhere but in jail. So
yes, indeed.
If you don't want to go to jail, I understand how you feel. I understand where you're coming from and how you feel, but it's just certain things you don't do in your community to make it worse for us as a black person in America already, and we already have it worse than any other color.
Right.
Yes, indeed.
So you just got to take it one day at a time, ask God for forgiveness, do your best to go, out there to your corners, to your people. You see your people out there, give them a helping hand, give them a little knowledge. Mm-hmm. Talk to one another instead of being against one another.
Right.
Yes,
basically,
indeed.
That's just all it is. And as far as the cops go, some of these cops are from Bridgeport, some of these cops are not. And then you got the ones that just want to be bad cops and just want to do what they do. So I look at it as you don't know who they are until they talk to you and actually show you you don't know who the bad ones is
Right.
or the good ones until they
Show their true
actually,
colors.
like I was looking at a thing last night actually, and a man, they was on TV and they was in front of a courthouse and was a whole bunch of them in riot gear, and they pushed a 72-year-old white man down on the floor.
Wow, that's crazy.
72-year-old white man, they just pushed him and kept going.
Yeah.
So the two cops right now, they suspended.
Where was that at?
I think it was Minnesota or something like that. Yeah, he just came up to them and they was in a line, and it was a white man. It wasn't even a black man this time.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And they just pushed that 72-year-old. He was started bleeding out of his ear and everything. So it ain't just necessarily a black thing.
Right.
It's a everybody thing.
Yes,
You know what I'm
indeed. I
saying?
agree. I agree.
You know, so
Definitely.
you got to take it one day at a time and ask your Jesus, your Lord, or your soul for Savior.
I agree.
Just be one, man. Don't try to be something else that you're not.
Right.
Love
indeed.
everybody, because I know you don't want nobody to treat your family like that. Your
True
mother,
indeed.
you know. So you just got to do what you got to do. And stay out. My mother always just say, keep squares out your circle.
True.
You know. So that's basically it.
What do both of y'all think about the? Because there was rioting downtown, over here downtown by the precinct. What y'all guys think about that?
I feel like how I look at it is like a waste of time. I mean, it's a whole different way that you can sit there and make your voice be heard.
True indeed.
You know, like you don't have to be out here yelling and doing, God knows what, just to get your point across.
Yes.
You know, like the same thing that we're doing right now. That right there, like other people can do the same thing too, so they could get their point across.
Yes.
And also, I feel like, they always say Black Lives Matter. It's all lives that matter.
All lives. I agree.
And
It's
words,
all of us.
and
like,
words
like,
matter.
We're
and
all
words
together. We all bleed.
I
like
agree.
we bleed. We bleed together. Our blood is the same.
Yes,
And words matter.
And it's like everybody needs to stick together. We need to love each other. You know.
Talk more. Get your congressman
Communication.
involved. Get your
Right.
mayor involved.
Do y'all think the Congress people are really involved?
I feel like they are. I feel like, because I don't really know how to really say it, but I feel like they are involved, considering what
You can say some names if y'all want.
No, it's
Nah, I'm
it's
just
not
saying,
necessarily
I feel like-
names. It's Congress in general.
Yeah, I just felt like
everywhere.
It's just them,
Yeah.
period.
Just one state is everywhere.
Right.
All mayors in every city, all governors,
Right.
all congressmen or whatever you call them. All of them need to. You know what I'm saying? Because they
True.
are the ones that make the laws.
True.
So if they're making the laws and the police are
Are following them.
following them, so you don't know who is actually,
True.
So you gotta just, you know what I'm saying? Not all of them is the same,
Okay.
You got.
And I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like, the president has something to do with that as well.
Do y'all think that the president have any say so, or is it the elite that's behind the president?
I feel like he has something to say. And the reason why I said it, because I was watching a video of him bashing, African Americans, saying how we're not worth anything. And that basically, like, we're not amount to anything. That basically, the whites have more than us and we're just pointless. And I feel like that's just wrong. Like, you don't down people. We're people. We're just like y'all, we're just different colors,
True indeed.
Everybody is the same. It's just everybody are different. We are all brothers and sisters, regardless
Yes,
of anybody like it or not.
And I bet you a lot of people out there don't know that a lot of black people made a lot of things. The stoplight, the peanut. A lot of people, black people
indeed.
has been here for so long, and they have created a lot of things.
True
a lot
indeed.
of people take that and run with it.
True indeed.
You know what I'm saying? So we're just as smart as anybody else.
Okay, that's something that goes unrecognized a lot.
Right.
But what about the violence in our communities? Like, I was seeing something on the news the other day. Actually, today they found a young man dead on the side of the 95 road, and he was from this community. He was from the Bridgeport community. Did y'all guys hear about that?
No,
I didn't hear about that one, but a lot of things got to go with. A lot of things got to go up bringing up and how you was raised.
Right.
True indeed.
You know, because I'm 48 years old. I just turned 40 years old.
You don't even look it, brother.
I never been to jail in my life. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Yes,
And I
indeed.
lived in New York for 20 years. So,
Are you
know.
are you familiar with the term Bridgeport, Little New York?
Right. Well, that was back in the day, so I don't know what they call
See?
it now.
Oh,
so,
y'all
yeah.
know.
I don't know nothing about that.
Back in the day, used to call it Little Brooklyn or something like that.
Yeah,
or,
that's
you
where I'm
know.
actually from. But
Right, you
I
know,
love it out
so
here.
you know, but yeah,
I don't know nothing about
it's
that.
a community thing. I think it's a
Yeah.
community thing where you gotta
Okay.
learn to be one with yourself before you can be one with
True
somebody
indeed.
else.
Right.
You know, if you can love yourself, then you can love another person.
True.
You know,
You know,
That's
basically that's what it is.
I was
But
actually-
a lot of people ain't raised like that. You know,
Right.
some people
True.
don't have mothers, some people don't have fathers. They was raised with their auntie.
Right.
Their auntie don't really care about them because it's not their kid. You know, so
True indeed.
a lot of people was misled and you know what I'm saying, they
True.
wasn't raised the right way. So
Yeah.
you just gotta take it one day at a time. You can't go out there and just
Nah,
be
you
mad
can't.
at somebody that you don't know.
Right.
True indeed.
You know, especially if you don't know this person and you got an attitude. How could you be mad at somebody? That man ain't never did nothing to you.
Right.
True.
You know, so you know, basically it's just that.
True
And
indeed.
you get an attitude. There's a lot of people that have attitudes
Mm-hmm.
because they can't do something. You could do anything you want to do if you put your mind to
I
it.
agree.
You know, speaking of that, you know, I was just saying here, you know, like I said, like 2-3 weeks ago, sitting here talking about, you know, giving back to the community, because you know that's one
Yes.
thing about me. As you know, I'm 28 years old, so
Okay.
you know, I've got like this, you know, website I got up. You know, I'm, you know, little but shortly doing so at a time.
Hey, shout it out.
And,
Shout it out. I'm gonna put the camera on you.
It's the Hearts to TV, you know,
Okay.
giving back to the community.
Yes,
You know, anything that, you know, I take anything basically, you know, crop, you know,
Yeah.
fix it up, and then, you know,
Okay.
I ship it off. I'm doing
Okay.
this for, it's not just for Bridgeport, it's for Bridgeport, New York. It's for all over the community, for
Yes,
everybody's
indeed.
community, you know. I have a big heart, so that's why it's the Hearts
Cool.
of TV, you know. As me being, you know, 28 and stuff like that, I look at stuff like this and, you know, it hurts me because I'm very sensitive, you
Yes,
know, to
yes.
see somebody that's, you know, African American, that's going through, like a family that's going through, you know, burying
true.
a son, an uncle, a dad, and to see him, you know, like a little girl go through without having a father.
True.
Like for instance,
True
you know,
indeed. That's true.
my 2 oldest daughters, they don't have a
Yeah.
father, you know, they
Yeah.
father, you know, their father passed from colon cancer. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
like,
I'm sorry to
so
hear
you
that.
know, as
Yeah.
you know, as that being like a mother
Wow.
seeing, you know, to bury their son, it's like kind of hard, and a daughter, you know, weeping
Yeah.
or crying because they don't have a father. I know
Wow.
how certain things are, so
Yeah.
you know, I push as I keep going.
Yes,
So
yes.
I mean, I keep everybody in prayer, and as much as I
True
can get in,
indeed.
if I could get in for all the people that's out there that is in need,
Yes.
you know, I'm here. I'm, you know, to, you know, ship off the things that y'all need, and I'm
True.
here, you know.
That's cool.
So I'm just working on, you know, things to give back to the community. But further, as in, you know, with the George Floyd, you know, my deep condolences to his family, you know, because
Yeah.
it didn't have to go that way. And
Yeah.
they could have did it the way that they were trained to do, you know, instead of
Yeah.
having, you know, his knee in his neck and he's crying for his mom. And that's what really touched me, because it's like you got
Yeah.
young African Americans out here that are that they fear that they're going to
Yes.
die in the hands of the law.
Yes.
And it shouldn't be like that, because they're supposed to be protecting them instead of
True.
harming them. And it's just, it's sad. It's like really
It's
sad,
very
because you would
sad.
think
Yes,
that
it is.
they are, you know, they supposed to shield, like have that shield over y'all to protect
True.
us
True.
instead of just harming us. And that's just how I really feel about the situation.
True
It's
indeed.
really sad, and it touches me, because me being a mother, you know, it's like I
Yes.
wouldn't, and I have African American daughters. Like I could fear for that too, because they're black. You know.
Yes, yes, indeed.
And I don't want to sit there and have to think about, okay, what is my daughters doing, or if my daughters are safe, or if the cop put their hands and then they did this to
Yes.
this. I don't want to do that. Like
True.
I was watching a video of 2 officers. They slapped this white man, and he was in the emergency room, and they
Wow.
just was slapping him, and I'm just like, what is going on here?
Wow.
And it touched my heart so much, because I'm a people's person. I
Yes,
love people.
yes.
You know, I talk to anybody. As you can see with me talking, I love
Yes.
people. You know, it's just I don't like the
Yes.
way people get mistreated. You know, and I just feel like it could be a different, like,
Yeah, it could
the
be a
world could be a different, it could be a
place.
better place if we all come
Yeah.
together as one. All lives
Yes.
matter.
Yes, indeed. Not just black, like all
Right.
lives. Right.
I mean,
You're right
I'm gonna
about
put it
that.
up for the
goes-
black, but it's also for the whites and the Puerto Ricans and all
but
kinds.
Yeah.
it also goes for other
It's for
cultures.
everybody.
Other
It's not
cultures.
just
That's right. That's right.
A person
everybody.
will get confused of what they don't think they understand. I'm a
True.
person just like you. All you have to do is talk to me. You don't have to be aggressive.
Right.
True.
You could talk to me. If you want to know to get to know me, you could talk to me.
True
You don't have to have this judgment of me of I'm this person, I'm that person. I'm a person just like you, and that's the
True.
word. Underline person.
True indeed.
I bleed. My blood is blue, but it comes out red in the oxygen.
Yes, indeed.
Everybody is the same way.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just from
True.
a different mother and a different father.
Right.
I don't do nothing different from you. I use the bathroom the same way you do. I get
True
on the bus
indeed.
the same way you do.
Right.
I go shopping the same way you do.
True.
I go I have kids the same way you do. So
Right.
basically, there's no disrespect in anybody's culture. It's just
Yes.
that people don't learn to understand what they need to understand.
Right.
True
All you
indeed.
have to do is understand.
That's it.
Get
That's
the
it.
knowledge. Get the knowledge. And
True.
that's all. You don't have to be a quote unquote asshole all the time.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True
I know
indeed.
you don't wake up in the morning to be an asshole all goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? You really don't.
Right.
I don't think nobody does that.
No.
But you got some people that are really hateful out there, and
True.
Honestly.
and I don't even know why you hating me because I don't even know you.
Right.
Like, you know,
But see,
you live
honestly,
in
if
Minnesota.
you
I'm in
look at
Bridgeport,
it-
but you hate me. I don't get it.
True.
But
It
if you
makes
look
no
at it,
sense.
and, like honestly, if you look at
That's
it,
true.
it's like the people, like Congress, the president really doesn't care about us. As you know, we have the
Yes.
COVID-19 out here, and they're
I think
basically
he brought that in.
basically what they're
This
doing
man,
is
man.
they don't really care that we're protesting
right.
because at the end they're like, well, go ahead, kill yourself, because we're sticking together. As we're sticking together, we still
Yeah.
have to still know that the COVID-19 is still out, and we still
Yes,
need
it
our hand
is.
sanitizer. We still need our masks on. But some people, in the president's eyes, it's like, hey, well, they killing them off anyway, so it's like we don't care about the blacks, and they shouldn't do that because at the end of the day, everybody is the same. We just different
Yes.
colors.
I think he
Right.
brought
You
that
know,
here
and-
for
Right.
a reason to get reelected.
No, I think he brought it here.
yeah.
I just honestly think he did that. So he could just kill off all the blacks.
It's definitely a man-made disease.
Right.
It's
Right.
definitely man-made. Know.
Yes, it is.
Um.
He was in Russia and now he went to China.
Well,
There you go.
no, it started in Europe.
Right.
Right.
It started in Europe. Y'all, I know y'all
I
know
heard
about
about
the
it.
history. Yes.
Yeah, I heard about
in
it.
Europe, there was the Black Plague.
Right.
That was a long time ago. See,
That
Europe,
was a while ago.
yeah, Europe always have different types of diseases going on.
Swine flu. all
Yeah,
this stuff.
yeah.
You know,
Now, from it being over there, COVID-19 somehow got into China,
Right.
and then it spread it over here.
Right.
but you haven't noticed in the last 15 or so years that you ever
Yes.
noticed that when you ever see a show or anything that has to do with Chinese people, they was wearing their masks way before this started.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they said that it was actually in 2019
You know what I'm
that
saying?
it all
Yeah.
was
No,
coming.
I'm
but it
talking
just
about
didn't
years
hit us
ago,
yet.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
You always see, even if you walking in the street,
That's true.
you'll see a Chinese person with their mask on.
Right.
Yes.
And this was way before this COVID-19 or whatever
Yes.
it was. And,
Yes.
and they kept their masks on because of a lot of things that was going on in their country.
Yes,
But they
yes.
was wearing it in America still.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
So it didn't just start. It's just a lot of people wasn't aware of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And now that it's really happening,
And it just
everybody,
wasn't like as worse as it is
Yes,
now.
Right,
yes.
and it wasn't as worse
Yes.
as it is now.
Right.
So it's just
True.
if you pay attention to a lot of things, you see things
Yes,
that
indeed.
happened before it started.
True.
But that's just a person like me that just pay attention to stuff. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you have to. That's just like going outside. You know it's raining, but you don't have an
You
umbrella.
ain't got no umbrella, but
Yeah.
you got a hat on and
You gonna get wet.
and slippers.
Well, it was raining today, so I had mine.
It only rained on you. That's
No,
why.
it rained on everybody.
Yeah, God bless you, brother, for coming over here and talking to us.
Yes, indeed.
I
Yes,
had a
indeed.
good time just now.
Yeah,
And,
I did
you know
too.
what I
Yes,
say to
indeed.
American people?
Yes,
I
indeed.
say love one another,
That's
Right.
right.
love your kids, love your mother.
All lives matter.
All lives matter, even puppies,
right.
goldfish.
Yeah.
Everybody lives matter. You
Everybody.
just, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I don't even kill roaches
Yes.
because I know they got a house to go home to. I don't mean to say that, but some
Right.
people kill roaches, but
Well, I do.
I don't have any roaches in the house, but
I don't like bugs.
That's why you ain't got no roaches, because you killed them.
If I see them, they got to go. I'm sorry. I don't like bugs.
No, I ain't mad at roaches neither. You know what I'm saying? They've been here since dinosaurs. You know,
Longer than us.
you know what I'm talking about?
Well, they
You
can't
got
visit
some
me.
people that's roaches. You know
Well, shoot, they can't visit me. They got to stay away.
what I'm saying? But like my mother always say, keep squares out your circle, love one another.
Yes, indeed.
And Don Cornelius loves peace and soul.
That's it.
How about that?
That's it.
All right.
And I say this is all for all lives, not just for blacks.
Yeah.
It's for all lives.
That's right. Yes, indeed. And you know what? Another thing that I wanted to just touch bases on real quick before we go. Do y'all guys think the music has? Because I'm a DJ as well. Do y'all guys think that something with the music has something to do with the violence in the community?
You know what? I take it like this. It's not the music. I think a lot of parents nowadays, I say it like this. There are kids raising kids.
True indeed.
So, you
I
know,
agree
there's a
with
lot
that.
of kids that have mothers or fathers that's not 30 yet, that's not such. So, you know, they're not being disciplined the way they were. Because I, you know what I'm saying? I listen to all forms of music.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
You know,
indeed.
all forms of music, and it never. I like the lyrics and the beats, but it didn't never make me go out there and
Yes.
do
Yes,
anything. So
indeed.
I'd say it's to each his own how you feel about the music or whatever what it is. But
Yes.
there's a lot of bad music out there that kids should be
No,
listening
I
to.
think I ain't.
Yeah.
You know, like you could take
one
the
thing I
music
can
away
say
from the
is-
kids. You really
Can.
can.
Yes, indeed.
You know, now they got iPhones and stuff that we didn't have when we was younger. You
True.
know, like the phones now, you can go to this phone, go to that. But a lot of things goes back to the parents. You know what I'm saying? I just say it's a parent thing. You know,
I feel like
Yes.
I feel like some music do influence children.
Right. It's a
Some
parent
do.
thing, though. You could take
and
it
the reason
away.
why I
Indeed.
say that is because I'm not even really on the
Yes.
stunt. I know it be music that make me amp, and I be over here like, yeah, I'm ready to get her, but I don't want to. But I be amp.
You know what I think is
especially
more
when
true?
hold up,
I really
especially
don't
when you
think
go
it's
into the
the
club.
I think it's movies. More
no, I'm
movies
saying
than
like
music.
for the riot, I guarantee you, like the music that they getting is like one of the music that's making their blood legitimate, and they just going, like they just keep going because they know at the end it's gonna pump their blood, so they just going, Because I know how it is. Because as me being 28, like I said, I'm still young, so I still go to the clubs, and I be like, on my little hood
And you
stuff
amp
too.
up, but I bet you if you go home,
it's the music.
I bet you if you go home
But-
and
That's
you watch
true.
a movie like Amistad, or you watch a movie like Django, or you watch a movie like Roots, you
like
gonna want to
those
go outside and beat up a white person. No, serious. I'm just saying.
Okay, now
that's what I'm
that's one
saying.
thing. Now I
this
can
is
say
what
that.
I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let me tell you.
it's not necessarily the music; it's movies too.
Yeah,
So,
but I can tell you that one because I know I am that type of person.
See what I'm saying?
I'm not even gonna lie because
As a
I
guy,
don't-
you see what I'm saying?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie because after I was watching like the Rosa Parks,
Right.
the Rosa Parks
You know,
story,
yeah, like,
and
yeah, come on now.
Coretta Scott and
Yeah.
I forgot the
Martin
other
Luther
name.
King, Coretta
and
Scott
I watched
King.
all of that, and it made me so mad to the
Made
point.
you mad,
It made me
yeah.
want any
Right.
person that I saw, I just wanted to hit.
Right,
But
right.
then I had to think about it. At the end of the day, that was back then.
That
This
was
is
back
now.
then. Yes.
So at the end of the day, at some point, somebody had to be in the doubt about the situation. And what I did was leave it alone.
Right.
Even though, like, when I was younger, then
Right.
I used to be like, I used to not hate them, but I used to dislike them, and I used to be like, they did this to our
make you
ancestors.
say
They
something
did
about
it.
Yeah.
And then it made me mad. But then to come to find out, you see all this great stuff that African Americans, even though they went through bad, the worst, it started getting good, and people don't see the beauty of African American. It's just always about whites
tell
to do
y'all-
this
I'll
or
tell
Puerto
you
Ricans to
something.
do this. Puerto Ricans is black.
Yeah.
So we all should stick together, just like how you
True
were saying.
indeed. True
Women
Like you were saying
of
as well.
color.
All of us should stick together. Period.
All
It
women
shouldn't matter
of color.
what it is.
All women of color nowadays are getting higher pay. They're getting higher jobs. They becoming CEOs. They're
course.
entrepreneurs. Back in the days, they wouldn't let a woman do all this, especially a woman of color.
Yeah.
So a lot of things is happening for the black people and the black woman, and it's a good thing to see some of these women walking around here smiling.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because they have a higher position in life that they could get to like a man. You know, they got women judges, they got women, you know, like stuff like that. And it makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense that these women need that in their life.
True.
In order, because a lot of kids right now don't think about that. You know, say they want to play PlayStation, they want to be on the phone. You know, they don't really understand that you got to struggle in life to get somewhere.
Yeah.
True,
You know
true
what I'm saying?
indeed.
And that's basically what it is. A lot of people got to understand, if you stay
Yeah.
within yourself, God will always bless you. And
Right.
that's just
Yeah.
True
absolutely right
indeed.
about
I
that.
agree with that.
You know,
You're
that's all
absolutely
that
right
is.
about that.
What do y'all think about the term, okay, black? That term black.
Well, I'm a black man, so I love it. I'm
Okay.
an African American black man.
Do you think, because there's two terms now,
Yeah, but the
We
one
got
term
black.
I love,
black people and brown people.
well, I'm brown too. How about that?
Well,
I think so. Look, yeah, I'm brown too. So it makes no sense to me. I'm a black brown
know-
brother. How about that?
You know-
Black brown brother. All right. You call the Asians yellow. You call these people red. You call them. I'm a black brown brother. All right now.
you know what I think about
Peace.
that? What I do think about that, it makes me think about the pennies. You know how we have the pennies?
Yes,
and
indeed.
you know, people always throw the pennies. So it's like, I feel like brown, it represents us. You understand?
Yes,
And they
yes,
just
indeed.
toss it. As me being an African, I'm not full African American because I'm Panamanian too, because
Yes.
my father is. But I represent more of my African American side.
You more
than I
more
would
Spanish.
the- Right.
You keep enough
Yeah.
of them pennies. You keep enough of them pennies. You have some
let
money.
me tell you something. Yes, I got a whole lot of them too,
You keep
and I
enough
cherish
of
them.
them pennies, you make
Listen,
some money.
let me
True
tell you,
indeed.
you ain't never
100
lied.
pennies is
wanna
a
know-
dollar.
You want to know why I say that?
That's true.
Now, when you see, I'm the type of person, I save nothing but change, so I have like a whole bunch of pennies.
Yes.
Like pennies
And
is like
yes,
my
I'm a
best
black
friend.
man that could count.
I
They
ain't
say
even-
that 100
like,
pennies is a
I
dollar.
ain't
I
even-
did say that. Yes, I did.
I ain't going to. I love my pennies because they come in handy. When I need them, they come in handy. I have them in my purse, my room, my socks. Oh, they be
Yes.
everywhere. But you know, I just feel like, you know, like I said, you know, I'm Panamanian, I'm black, I'm African American, but I
Yes.
go more from my African American side, you know,
Sure.
because I love everybody. Rather if you
indeed.
could be purple, you could be red, I still will love
True
you.
indeed.
It's just me being the outgoing person that I am to love everybody until you sit there and you just, you know, mess up that bond and just,
True.
okay, you know, I could love you from a distance.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I learned the hard way because, like I said, you know, me being as, you know, young then, I was hothead.
Yes.
Now, you know, I got 3
As
daughters.
you get older,
you know, as
you
I got
know, you
older, you know, I got
change,
3
yeah.
kids, you know, all girls. You
Yes.
know, and they showed me a whole lot, you know, to mature
indeed.
as a, you know, a woman, as a mom.
Yes.
And I see, you know, like what this world is coming to, you know,
Yes.
you know, parents burying their kids. It's like, it's so,
That's crazy.
it's hurtful because, you know,
True.
You never
as
let
me being a mom, it's like you
never
know,
wanna
I
die
want to wake
before your
up, you
kids
know,
do.
right?
True.
I want
Kids
them to
are-
bury
you
me
know,
before I have to bury them.
True
You know,
indeed.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'm
true.
like
You never
kind of
want your
like.
kids to die before you.
Right, I'm just like kind of like, you know, scared, but I
Yes.
also leave it into, you know, Jehovah God's hands, and then, you know, I do it.
Yes.
You know, I pray every morning, read the Bible as much as I can. You know, make sure I talk to my
Yes,
daughters.
indeed.
Make sure, you know, I pray for everybody that I, you know, I love, even if it's the
Yes.
world. If it's the world, I pray for everybody, not just one. Everybody
True
gets prayed.
indeed.
You know, I just feel like, you know, everybody just needs to come together, and we just need to all be one. Our voices, if we want our voices to be one, we need to be one. We need to be whole. Like, not just everybody be in groups.
True indeed.
Also, I don't, you know, then, you know, it kind of gets me a little bit upset because everybody shouts Black Lives Matter, considering, you
All
know,
lives
we,
matter,
you
like
know,
I said earlier.
right, all lives
Yeah.
do matter, but, you know, what makes me
Yes.
really mad is the black on black crime. You know,
And
it shouldn't be like that because we're
yes.
all brothers.
Yes,
Brothers
indeed.
and sisters. We might not all came from the different, you know, from the same mom or the same
True.
dad, but we all one. But as you can see, there's nobody, you know, protesting about,
Yes.
you know, black on black crime.
Well, you know-
or like with the lady that went missing when she had, you know, her 5 kids. I think she had 5 kids,
Yeah.
and she went missing, and the husband, you know, killed her.
Wow.
Nobody didn't protest for her. It's like, come on, like these stories that come out, they need to be
Yes.
protested. It's not just for George Floyd. It's not just
True.
for, you know, like with the Nipsey Hussle dying by, you know, by gun, and
Yeah.
you know, it should be about everybody. Everybody should
True
be, you know,
indeed.
doing a march for everybody that means something to this world. Because
That's true.
without us, it's nothing.
You're right.
People are people.
like-
we are
Yes, that's
people.
facts.
Just
right
because
there.
I'm a different color don't make me not a person.
That's
I'm a
indeed.
person just like you are. I bleed just
True.
like I eat. I probably don't eat the same thing you eat because y'all don't put no seasoning in your food, but I do eat. And by the way, I am a chef by trade, so I like feeding the community. You can come by my house and get a plate anytime you want. You know
But
what I'm
that's
saying?
good. You can help me with my, you can help me with my business.
I don't discriminate. I won't put no salt on your food if you don't want it. You know what I'm saying? I put a little hot sauce on every dough. If you don't want a hot sauce, I got jerk seasoning. You know, I got all those. It's me. I'm only messing with y'all. I love my people, and I hope y'all love me back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I ain't mad at nobody. Ain't nobody did nothing to me.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? 48-year-old black man never been to jail. That's what y'all need to understand.
Excellent.
How about that?
That's
Yeah.
excellent,
And
bro.
I'm 28 and don't even
See
got
that?
no record, no
Oh,
nothing.
man,
Haven't been
that's
to jail.
If you
excellent.
want to do it, you can do it. You
That's
got-
excellent about both of y'all.
All right, you know what I'm
Real.
saying? It ain't.
The reason why, on my behalf, because my mom was very strict. She didn't
Yes.
play that. 'Cause
I
if you
just
got-
don't like
if you-
jail.
My mom said,
I don't want to go there.
my mom used to always say, if you go in there, I ain't bonding you out.
I
She used to
don't
always
want to
tell me
go
that
there.
all the time.
Ooh, I saw Shawshank Redemption.
No, I don't want to go there because I love my freedom. I love when I could wake up in the morning, I could go to sleep when I feel like doing it. And my mom,
Word up.
and my mom don't play that.
Morgan
My
Freeman
mom,
and Shawshank Redemption. I seen it.
listen, my mom was on it with me. My mom made sure that I had to do what I had to do for me.
Yes.
They tried to
know.
get out the jail with a spoon. It was in a. We had a spoon scooping out the scoop.
Nah, I'm okay. I don't want no. I'm claustrophobic, so I'm alright. I can't be in nothing tight. I be about ready to bug out. So
With these last,
I'm good.
with the last words and everything, with y'all being part of the community, what would y'all want to say?
I would say peace unto all people, not just black people. Peace unto all people.
Yes,
Make
indeed.
sure you love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, you can't love another. And that's
True
just,
indeed.
And that's just. I don't even know what else to say after that. So if you take care of family, take care of self, and love yourself before you can love somebody else. How about that?
Yes.
my
Good.
thing is,
Peace, America.
my
That's
thing
right.
is, what I want to say is, as me being in the community of Bridgeport, you know, I would basically just say, like, just everybody just need to come together. Like, we just need to be one. If we want our voices to, you know, be heard, we need to do it the right way, instead of us being, you know, doing riots and breaking other people things that these people that you're breaking into their stores, like, they work hard for that, you know.
Yes.
And like, you're messing up, you know, stuff that they put their time and their effort in. I mean, it's like, at some point, like, have some type of heart, you know. Think about
True.
what are you doing to their families when they have to come out of pocket. Rather, if they, you know, their mother or their grandmother or kids could be sick,
Yes.
and this could be the money for them to have, or, you know, for either they need surgery, or their parents need this or needs that. Like, people have to start thinking about others, not just themselves, you know. And African American, Spanish, white, you know, Portuguese, Italian, you know, all our races just need to come together and just love each other, and we just need to work it out and sit
What
there
she
and
said,
defeat
times two.
and just sit there and just defeat the Congress and the president, because that's what's in, you know, that's what's sitting there tearing us apart, because we're sitting there, you know, basically we're doing what they want us to do.
True indeed.
Get your
And,
man out of
you know,
office. No
and
Trump for 2020.
They want to
True
sit there,
indeed.
as you said, like, they want to re-elect him. They want him back, so basically they can sit there and they could down, you know, African Americans, you know.
True indeed. That's true.
It's just, I feel like, you know, that term that they be calling, like, not so long ago I heard, like, a cop called an African American a monkey. You don't do stuff like that. Like,
They
a-
got
a
white
monkey-
monkeys too.
Yeah, but you don't say, but you don't want nobody to be called a
They
monkey.
do have white monkeys. It's called the silverback.
Let me tell you something, but you don't want nobody calling nobody a monkey. Nobody's
indeed.
not a monkey.
True
You're right.
You
You're
know,
right. But they do got
Just
white
be-
monkeys.
so if that wouldn't be right if somebody come up to, you know, a Caucasian person and say you smell like wet dog. Then you be feeling some type of way. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, everybody everybody should love each other for who they is.
So
Rather if Puerto Rico smell like rice and beans and white smells like
I
wet sweat
like
dog,
rice and beans.
and we sit here and we smell, you know, we look like monkeys. We should love each other for who we are.
True.
Rather, it shouldn't matter what it is. You
True
know,
indeed.
it should be about
I
us
know some
having a
white
heart.
people that look like black people.
Yeah, I know them too. I got a whole lot of friends that are white. Actually, I have a whole lot of whites, Puerto Ricans.
I just called on my light skinned
And
friends.
you know, I have a titi that she is Puerto Rican. I have a Puerto Rican titi. I have abuela. I have Puerto Ricans on my side. You know, I have black. I have Indians. You know, I have Chinese too. You know, so I love everybody. So everybody,
True.
you know, as me being in this community, I just say
Yes.
one love. Everybody need to come together.
One love.
Yes,
one
indeed.
love,
And you know what's crazy?
one love.
That song from the Black Eyed Peas, "Where's the Love?" I feel like that song is for right now.
Yes, indeed.
And even so, that song was so far ago. It's for now. Because there's no
now
more
they're gonna
love.
talk about it because it's a Black Eyed Peas and black people eat that. So you know they're gonna talk
Right.
True
about that.
indeed.
But I'm just saying though, at the end of the day, that song should be now.
True.
That song should be playing because at the end of the day, where is the love? There's no love.
Yes,
As you see,
yeah.
there's hatred out here. People breaking into other people's things. So it's like, where is the love? You know what I mean?
True indeed.
And that's what I just want to say. One love, all lives matter, and thank you
Yeah.
for having me up here.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
thank you. You know, it was a
Yeah.
pleasure.
Anytime, y'all. And you
You
know,
know, I just had to say something. You know, I really don't like talking on the microphone because, you know, I'm supposed to be a slash comedian cook. But, you know, it's all good. I had a good time right
yes,
now. And,
indeed. Yes, indeed. So
everything, it was all good. You know, it was a blessing. You know, thank you, brother. And
Anytime.
you
brother.
have, I hope your show reached heights that it's
Oh
supposed
yeah,
to.
oh yeah, yes indeed. I'm gonna come over there and
It's a blessing though.
With
It's
the-
actually a blessing because you know I was just saying how because I was talking about this whole riot thing, right? And saying how you know it's pointless. And I was like, I want my voice to get a point across. And now that
There
he
you
came,
go.
it's
Yes,
a blessing.
indeed. Hey,
out of
you know,
nowhere.
it's always a blessing, y'all. You know, I appreciate y'all. Hold on one second.
5, 2, 3, 9, 6, 2.
It's just a blessing to you know be on
Yeah.
here.
It's all good, y'all. Y'all be safe out there. Love one another.
Right.
We gonna do this again, y'all. Alan is kicking my butt.
All right, now we in the grass, so you know that's what happened.
Right.
The grass make you itch.
Right.
So, yeah, he's sneezing. He all right. He all right. He need a little Primatine mist. He get a little Primatine mist. He'd be all right. Yeah. God bless y'all, America. Y'all stay safe and look at this documentary.
And come together. All lives matter.
You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all do. Have a lot of peace in your life. You know what I'm saying?
And what
That's
about all lives matter?
Yeah, that's what I just said.
All lives matter.
Yeah, they do. Even goldfish.
Even all the animals in the
Yeah. Tigers. The tiger had a coronavirus. Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Yes, yes
in the
indeed,
Bronx.
y'all.
In the Bronx Zoo.
What
Ain't
did
that
he
something?
do to deserve that? Was it a girl or I don't even know?